Hello,
Hi.
hello, and welcome to LYNN HANSON GALLERY. I'm very happy this month to say that Melissa Monroe is the artist, and the name of her show is Mommy. Melissa is a Portland artist, and she's going to be coming up on First Thursday Art Walk, December 1st. And so you can meet her if you can make it to the show. It's a really strong show. I'm super excited about it, and I'm super excited to hear from Melissa talking about her art. So, Melissa, would you tell us a little bit about your background?
Oh, sorry, you cut out.
Oh, could you tell us a little bit about your background?
Okay, so I grew up in Portland, Oregon. I went to a little bit of college and took some pottery there, but never really thought about being an artist. Started having kids when I was 20 and had 3 kids before I was 25. I worked a lot of retail jobs. I worked at Michael's Arts and Crafts forever, but I never really thought about doing art um, as an artist. I thought of it as more of like a craft or a project. And then in 2013, I got a job at a coffee shop in town and I met an artist, Jesse Reno, who shows with Lynn as well. And he was painting a mural in the coffee shop. And I just said, people paint, like people do this. um, so I went home that night and just found some house paint. And my ex-husband was a contractor, so there was a lot of things around the house, and I just started making a mess, and it felt really good to be creative, and just let out some emotion. And then about a year later, and after my divorce and everything, I started painting with Jesse. And we started dating and we painted every day. And that is how I kind of entered the world of art from being a mom into just expressing myself.
That's
Oh,
great. I met Melissa. I was taking a workshop with Jesse in Sedona, and it was really fun because she would drop in on us, and so I learned that she was an artist then. And then I got to know her better when Jesse started showing in the gallery. So it's really a happy accident that I got to know you, a happy coincidence. And I really like your work. And your work is very personal. You know, the theme mommy, I think, is really a strong one because I don't know of a lot of artists that do work just centered on exactly that. And a lot of the pieces in the show seem to be very honest and very vulnerable. And I know that they come from inside of you. And I would like to be able to show some of these pieces. Maybe you can talk about them a little bit and what they meant and what inspired them. First of all, though, tell about how you went from being I know you're still a painter, but how you went from being a painter to getting more into fiber arts and rug tufting.
yeah. So I've always loved fiber art, but have never really had the patience for it. My mom was a sewer, and I just found it really frustrating. So in 2021, been I've been painting as full-time artist for 6, 7 years, and I just kind of burned out on it. I've always like done other things like the masks over there, and explored like different mediums, but never really like stuck to one, just kind of as a side thing. So I saw somebody online using a tufting machine and I was like, what is this? It just is super fast. People are making giant rugs. And I was just like, I need to do this right now. Um, so I asked my partner Jesse, because we share a large studio together, a big open room, and I was like, what do you think about this and the noise and the mess? And I'm thinking about buying this. And I showed him a little bit of some things that had been done. um, One main artist that was really big at the time and still is Trish Grantham, and she made this piece that a large piece that went down the stairs. So she had put it on her stairs, and I was just the fact that you could use it in so many different ways besides just making a flat art piece. Started doing it, and people are really excited, and a lot of galleries I've been working with were really excited about it, and so I'm still painting some, but a lot of people want to show the rugs, and
Yeah.
it's been really exciting to enter the fiber world. Yeah.
Why don't we show a couple of your paintings first so that people can get, if Liz could look up, just pick any of the paintings, Liz, we can look at a couple of those. Let me see. How about who's the referee? It's about the fourth row down.
It's a black one.
Thank you. That helps.
Yeah,
I was already
the
farther
paintings in
down.
the show, the paintings in the show, some of them are from right before I started tufting, and you can kind of see the transition of how my tufting translates from the paintings.
Okay. I've
Find it,
got
Liz?
the referee one up,
Okay.
coming up.
Oh, there we go. There it is.
So who's the referee? Does that have to do with being a mommy?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, especially with 3 kids. I grew up an only child till I was 12, and so having 3 kids was kind of a shock to me how much they fight. And I feel like as a mom, you're just constantly making decisions, and like, deciding, they want you to decide who's right. You weren't even there, and they have an argument. It's like, why me? I don't know.
Yeah, so who's the referee? And then there's a really big one that I love, love, love. Let me find it. It's oh, I'm sorry, I'm just going bananas.
Yeah.
And it's towards the bottom, Liz. Well, it's about 4
There's bananas in it. There it
up.
is.
There we go.
Yeah, and this piece is way big. It's 48 by 58. Yeah. So, and there's a woman under a blanket with a bunch of bananas and a sorry game and a lamp and all kinds of stuff going on. Can you tell us a little bit about that one?
So I was just inspired by trying to show like a scene, since some of my paintings were more like abstract. And so I kind of wanted to show emotion through like a bunch of things happening. And so I started painting the room. And when I went to put myself or the woman in the room, I realized she needed to like lay on the floor. And I kind of had kind of this like feeling of like everything's a mess, and just like laying there in your mess and just, like, I'm sorry, I'm a person too. And sometimes, just all the things around. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love to eat bananas, and they the banana peels end up around the house. So my partner Jesse's always teasing me like, oh, found your banana peel.
There's black gloves hanging off the table. Are those black gloves or are those black? What are they?
They're supposed to be part of the tiger, but
oh, okay, because they look like black gloves with the tiger is more in the background. And then there's a cup of coffee that's steaming, something warm is steaming on the table.
Yeah, but I like the black. I like seeing it as black gloves too. Like the gloves are off.
Yeah. And there's 3 of them, so that makes it more interesting.
Yeah.
And then the pot on the chair, the potted plant on the chair, and
Yeah.
even the electrical outlet is in the picture. I really like this one, and I had no idea how, I mean, even though I know that I can see the dimensions, when you see it in person, it's really large. And when you come into the gallery, it's one of the first things you see. It's just boom, and it's very powerful. And also you made a couple lampshades that are in the show, and this kind of reminds me, it has kind of the shape of the lampshades that are in the show too. They're tufted ones. And do you want
Should I go look for those or no?
Yes, let's look for the lampshades.
Oh, I see one.
Really awesome. Yep, this one is fun. And I love the lamp base too. She painted it's kind of a terracotta. I don't know what you'd say the shape is. It's kind of an urn shape, kind of. It's fat. And it's terracotta, but it almost has a cave painting feel about it.
Wow.
It's really cool. And this one is called Milk. It's really beautiful. And that one is showing in front of the big painting, so they kind of respond to each other. And then this one is on a different kind of lamp than it shows here. It's a tall lamp. How would you describe it? It's a vintage.
Yeah, it's just like an antique, tall lamp
Yeah.
base. That was like one of my last decisions of the show, where the lampshade should go on which base, and then I painted the base was like the last thing I did for the show, because it's
really?
hard to paint 3D objects, so that's why they're not in the images.
But it doesn't need a table. It's self-standing lamp base, and it's very antique, and it's fun. And the face is also carved out so you can see light through it, right?
Yeah, that was the first one I did as kind of an experiment. I love lampshades. That's one thing I collect, and so I just like, I've made purses and some other things, so I just want to see what else I can make with the medium, for sure. So it's very exciting.
Yeah, I love your purses. I forgot about those. I saw those last year. They're really amazing.
I'm gonna stop share for a minute while we figure out what else we're gonna look at. Yeah.
What would you like to see next, Melissa?
Maybe we can show some of the rugs. Maybe show the show card.
The mommy rug.
Mommy.
It's mommy quilt. It should be the first row.
But it isn't. I'll keep looking.
The top.
It's the main show card one.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but I'm having trouble seeing it on this page. So let me go to the welcome page. That will do it. Okay.
And this one is also bigger than what I expected. It's that's why you have to see art in person, because it's really different than when you
looking forward to it.
Yeah, go ahead, Liz or Melissa, and tell us.
Especially the rugs, I feel like.
Yeah,
with the rugs, I feel like seeing them in person and you can touch them, like you can see more of the dimension in them in person. But this, once I decided on the theme mommy, this was one of the first pieces I made, and I just I kind of wanted to show, I was thinking about how women, they did a lot of craft. Like my mom and my grandma and stuff, they made quilts, they made blankets, and it wasn't necessarily recognized as art, but for them it was art, and the amount of time, and they were so creative, but I don't think they necessarily thought of themselves as like creative people or artists. And so this piece I kind of wanted to make in regard to that, just with the quilted looking background, and just some of the, like the scissors in there, and that blue top right next to the pig is supposed to be a pan, but it doesn't really look like a pan.
Yeah, that's one thing about these rugs too, is that there's different, it's just very dimensional, because the corners are longer than the rest of it. So that's another reason why the photographs don't do them justice. You really have to come see the show. But that's really cool. How about Liz the lion?
Okay, give me a minute.
The lion piece is really three-dimensional. And he's bigger than I thought too.
All right, this is the rule of sharing the screen. If it's the next piece, I always stop, but if it isn't, all right, I got it figured out here.
Yeah.
And that that piece, it was very exciting for me to make. Like it was this, like just this great feeling of like accomplishment. just having an idea and being able to execute it. I took an upholstery class.
Oh, wow. I
And I
didn't know
kind
that.
of learned a lot about how furniture is put together and well, like with foam and stuff. So I built a stool and I layered the foam so that it filled the piece. It all kind of just one step at a time. I didn't really have a plan of how it was all going to go together, and it all just kept working out. But he's kind of, I love how, you know, like a lion, thinking about it just being, you know, more tough or angry, but this lion is very like soft and happy.
Yes.
And
Cuddly.
yeah, so like just thinking like a mom can be fierce, but you know, she has to be like lovable as well.
Oh, that's great. That's really cool. I like that. That is wonderful. And then how about, oh, I love this one. Dinner every night. That one I can relate to.
My kids are about to walk in here. He won't see them.
We'll wave at them. Yeah.
Hi. So this piece, I started with the wallpaper and on the red on the left there, and my grandma had that wallpaper in our house going down the stairs.
Oh,
I remember just it was more like the white and gold, but like the velour velvety wallpaper, and I remember touching it every night, and I was thinking about my grandma just being in the kitchen, and then, you know, thinking about, you know, just the textures involved with the feeling of like mother and things like that. And then the feed them went in at the end because the lady just looked like, I just, you know, that's what you do. Yeah.
I love that that's your grandmother's wallpaper. I think that's super cool that you were able to reproduce that even in a different color, but it's really good. And then, so tell us, I know you do a lot of masks. Can you talk about the masks? There's one mask in the show called Rainbow Moth.
So the masks to me are I think the most personal of my work, because I feel that they're just an extension of like a different part of my personality, different personalities. And when I make them mostly to do like videos. Me and my partner like go out to the beach and I'll have a costume. And we'll just take videos to go with music we make and stuff. So I'm always a little bit like nervous about putting them in the show. I have shows, I feel like they're the thing I'd least like to sell is always my mask.
Yeah, I've seen a
And
lot
this
of
one is just so, sorry, Lynn.
Oh, I've seen you on Instagram doing some of the beach shots with the masks. It's cool. So what were you saying about this one? Why is it called Rainbow Moth?
So the costume that goes with it has wings. So if you went to my Instagram and went to the first one, and there's rainbow wings that it has. But as far as it just it's just very colorful. All the sides you can't really see in the shot, but they have different colors and yeah, just showing different like sides of myself. You know, the masks, you know, from the back it looks different than the front.
And then there's another piece in the show that's
I like how
called
it looks like hair.
Always Standing Beside Myself, which is also different sides of yourself, right?
Yeah.
And it's really tall. It's taller than, well, it's taller than a person.
Yeah.
Can you find that one, Liz? Oh, good.
Yes.
Yeah, and for this piece, I wanted to make for the show. I envisioned having like just a body figure in it, and so when I started like trying to figure it out, I was just like, well, I think it just has to be pretty flat. Or because I couldn't figure out how to do the dimension with it, and then I'm really happy with the backside, how it came together. It's supposed to be like arms behind the back, but
Right.
I also put the face up on the neck. You can kind of see, so, you know, kind of like, and the face up at the top. It's, you know, like moms always have eyes in the back of their heads too.
Oh,
And
that's great.
yeah,
So this is the one piece, front and back?
yeah,
Yes.
front.
Oh, maybe we could change the caption to say that or something. I can work on
Yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that
And-
was, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say on the right side at the bottom, the shot, there's a bunch of feet underneath the sun. You can't see the at the bottom, but also just, you
photo,
know, having
yeah.
all those feet scare you. Yeah. Also with that, the head comes off. And so you could also put that on your head like a mask as
Oh,
well.
yeah. That's
I didn't put eye holes in it, but it is wearable.
if you don't mind bumping into things.
Yeah, if you won't be able to see it.
So how about some of the ones like the Magic Memory Dream with Mickey Mouse's in it, Liz? You have some with kids stuff in it that are fun.
Yeah, there's one in the I call it the Sesame Street rug, but it's called Childhood Memories as
Oh, I
well.
love that one too.
Oh.
Any of those, Liz?
Okay, I found Magic Memory, so I'm going there
Okay,
first.
go for that one.
And you know, like for me, like I go back and forth between making like more serious work and more silly work, and you know, it kind of depends like how my emotion or my feelings are, like what I need in that moment. So this piece is just like very fun,
Yeah.
and just trying to, you know, like being a mom, I find I like struggle, you know, a lot, like, you know, being so serious, but then also just wanting him to have fun.
Yep.
Especially as my kids get older and, you know, wanting to keep them, you know, having imagination and, you know, being playful. So, and a lot of this kind of stuff inspires me. Like when I see it, I feel inspired. Yeah.
And then Liz, if you can find, what was the other one you said? The
Childhood memories.
Childhood Memories is down towards the bottom. I think it's the second row up, Liz. And that's a big one. And it has the different dimensions on the rug.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see the
Yeah.
dimensionality.
So
Yep.
cool.
Yeah, and for this piece, it was interesting. I kind of started making it. I did that yellow outline first, and for some reason it just seemed like Big Bird to me. And you know, thinking about,
Oh, yeah.
and then I got the Elmos in, and then the Cookie Monsters, and you know, it's very abstract, but just things that felt comforting to me as a child. Yeah.
Yeah. And the numbers, do they have meaning?
No, besides they were supposed to go in order the other way. It's
yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6. When
Yeah,
you,
because okay.
yeah, when you work on a rug, you work from the backside, so it's always reversed. So
Gotcha.
I put those in and they were back, kind of just went with it.
Yeah, because it
you
kind
know,
of
it plays
seems like
in with it.
addresses or something. I was trying to
Yeah.
think what they might mean, but when you said they're, yeah, if you look the other way, they're in order, so that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. I have a hard time. I don't know if I'm dyslexic, but a lot of things are out of order for me, letters and so it's interesting trying to reverse everything. It just throws my mind into chaos. Yeah, it's like double backwards.
Yeah. So Liz, how about perfect mother and perfect father to go with the kids theme? So
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
There we are. Yeah, and these are like the little people, the Fisher Price little people that I play with when I was a kid. And I just like remember playing with them and thinking this is what like a perfect family looks like, you know. And you know, you have the mom, the dad, and the kids, and you set them up in the little house, and you know, that's how it should be, but it's not always.
If you could just put them all, if you could get them all to hold still, it might be like that, but real
Right.
people don't hold still like that, right?
Oh, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah. And they have their own thoughts. And then parent games, I think, is interesting. The chess players, it's called parent games.
Yeah, this piece kind of came together. I worked on it like the last piece we said Saul had more of a plan, like I set out to make that, and this I kind of just started working with the chess pieces and then kind of worked off of it, so it has more of the just abstract feel. Yeah, and that just, you know, the big queen piece and the pawns and trying to move everything around and make everything the parent. Yeah.
Yeah, and I love the way that there are pieces of yarn that just hang out. Of
Yeah, I love those
different-
edges.
It's very, very cool.
Yeah.
Some of it is neatly trimmed and some of it's just hanging down.
Yeah, it's all what seems right once I make the piece. The trimming always
Right.
happens at the end,
Right.
so it's kind of like, all right, how do I want this piece to
Super
feel? Yeah.
interesting. Let's see, I'm looking at, oh, Giver. It has the two black hands, Liz.
Yeah. And this piece, I was just thinking about what a mom is, you know, some different like words, and I feel like mothers, they just they give so much, and I think sometimes that can feel overwhelming, but it can also be a good, like, to accept that you like to give. I think I've recognized that about myself, just really thinking like this is something I like to do. I don't need to like feel bad about it, or, you know, but also setting boundaries with myself about giving too much maybe. But I love the hands in this piece,
Yes.
how they came out. Yeah.
Yeah, they remind me of something in the 50s. They have that retro feel about them, or the vintage feel.
Yeah.
Not sure what it is, but I like it a lot.
Almost like, yeah, graphic design,
Yeah.
like a poster.
Yeah. And it's supposed to be like a torso, so the nipples are on the side kind of, and then the hands are on the stomach.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what haven't we talked about? Oh, how about baby having babies?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a big one.
Eek.
It's a
All
big
right.
one.
So that's about 3 down, third row down, Liz.
Okay. Third row. How many you got in your row? I got 2.
I've got 2. No, but it's 3
Oh, there it is.
rows different. Yeah.
The big baby.
Oh yeah, look at the you don't, when they're on that screen and look equal, you can't tell. Coming up.
Yeah. And yeah, this piece was a drawing that I did, just a black and white drawing that I kind of that I translated into the rug with colors. But just thinking, like, I was so young when I had kids, and I talked to like a lot of my friends that have kids. I now we're very young, and just thinking about how how little we were, how little we knew, and we're having babies. And like I've always been about mom. Like my adult life has been being a mom, so I don't even, that's like part of me, because I don't know much else besides being a child and then a mother. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's a really nice piece.
My daughter said that it looks like Sour Patch Kids after I made it.
Oh.
And
I know the
I was like,
Cabbage Patch Kids, but I don't think I know the Sour Patch Kids.
oh, like the candy. They're like little chewy sour
Oh,
candy.
oh, yeah. Okay. Got it. It's funny. So, woman, Liz, it's right below 2 down from baby having babies.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
I like this one. It's really abstract.
Yeah. This one is smaller. Yeah. And just wanted to put like just a basic, like the woman's kind of fading into the background almost is what I was
Yeah.
yeah, playing with the structure of just trying to play with the different I'm always trying to like push myself and see, what if I try this, how will it work out? So this was just one of those things I really love how it has like informed the other pieces I've done as well.
Yeah. So shall we talk about one more piece and then we can talk about your workshop coming up? How about stop, go, slow down? That's the circles, Liz, with the bright colors.
Yeah, and this is just like my interpretation of like a stoplight, and being a mother and thinking about like just always like trying to do too many things at once, which I feel as an artist and a mother and all the things, it's like I have to constantly decide when I'm stopping or slowing down, or like I might have a plan for the day, like I'm going to get so much done, and then my daughter comes home from school upset and we have to stop and address that, or there's some other sort of emergency, or just realizing like my kids need time, or a family thing needs time. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about with this
That's
one.
good.
And I left it just really raw. Yeah.
Mm. Well, thank you for sharing about those. They're so wonderful. This show, when you brought it down on Saturday, I just felt like this is going to be a really strong show. And I started putting it up yesterday. I got a lot of it up today. I didn't go down because it's snowing right now. So I just didn't want to chance it. But Robert and I are going to go down tomorrow and finish up and get the lighting done. And I think it's going to be super strong. And I just wanted to talk about your workshop that's coming up. It's Saturday and Sunday, April 15th and 16th.
Yeah.
And it's going to be at Artworks in Edmonds. And there's a nice big parking lot out front. And Liz, can you show, there's a picture on the website on the where the workshop is that shows what the setup is for all the people that are in the workshop. It's
Sure.
pretty cool. It's if you go to the workshop page, and then there's this setup. It's pretty impressive because I had no idea how involved the setup is with what people are doing. So tell us about what's going on here.
Yeah, so that picture is in my studio, but I'll be bringing a frame and a machine for everybody. And I've taught over 100 students now how to make a rug. And we do it in 2 days, and it's ends up about 20 by 20, maybe a little bigger. Sometimes people make 2. And I just show you start to finish how to make a rug. I have the machine down here. Ooh. little stuck.
Hang
I
on, I'm
guess
gonna.
yeah, I was like,
I'll
oh, they
switch
can't
up.
see.
Okay, now show me.
This
Wow.
is the machine that we use. And, you pretty much just use pressure to push it into the cloth, and the yarn gets fed through the machine like a sewing machine, but you hold the sewing machine, and the cloth is on those frames you saw. And I bring over 20 colors of yarn for you to use, and you can do your own design, or I can take you through some ideas for design. I find a lot of my students show up and they know exactly what they want to make, which is great. And it's been really fun. Buying the machine and all the materials can be a really big cost, especially if it's not something you want to do long term, or I've had students take it and they're like, I just needed to do that once. That was fun. I have some students that are like, I want to buy everything. I keep doing this. But, you know, when I first started, there was a lot of trial and error. And just if you have one thing on, it's really hard to get started, especially if you're getting frustrated. So I found it's a really fun workshop, and it's really great to see what everybody makes, and everybody's happy at the end. And also it's a lot of work, so people are tired as well. I'm trying to think of what else.
That's great. And I'm really happy we're doing it through the gallery. It's going to be, yeah, because it's a lot of lifting, right?
Yeah.
So if you want,
I mean,
go
like
ahead.
you're holding the machine the entire. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. If you have questions, if you're unable, wondering if your body can handle it. I've never had anybody not make it, so I'm sure it'll be fine. But if you have like an injury or something, want to contact me and see if it's possible for you. Definitely do that. Oh, I was gonna say something else. Sorry, my brain had to transition to class stuff. But yeah, definitely. If you want to sign up, I think the class will fill pretty fast. The workshops have been. It's a newer craft that people have been wanting to try. So the classes have been filling really fast, which is great. And
yeah, and you go to my
come.
website, to lynnhansongallery.com, and you can sign up on the website. And Liz has it all set up so you can pay very easily. And it's all very, very quick and easy. Thank you so much, Melissa. And we will see you Thursday for Art Walk. Hopefully there won't be snow, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I'm excited. I'm excited for you to see the show all up, because it's going to look amazing. Yeah. But thank you so much. And thank you, Liz, as always. And hope to see you all. The show is up through the end of January, so there's lots of time to see it. Thank you.
Thank you.